I'm Jill with the carefreekitchen.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Mississippi pork roast. This is a slow cooker recipe, so it's literally a dump and go recipe. It only takes a few ingredients and it's a really easy dinner idea the whole family will love. Okay, so I have my slow cooker and I'm just going to put my pork roast in there. Just lay it in the bottom. And then I'm going to use about 1/4 of a cup of butter. And I'll put this just right on top of the pork roast. And then for the pepperoncinis, you want to give it a few tablespoons of this liquid. Pour it over there. And then 6 or 7 pepperoncinis right on top. And the acidity in these pepperoncinis really breaks down the meat and is what will help it be very tender and juicy. And maybe one more. Okay. And then for our seasonings, I'm just gonna pour on some ranch seasoning. And then the au jus seasoning. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna put this crock pot on high and it will cook for 4 to 5 hours because I have quite a bit of meat here. So 4 to 5 hours, and it should be fork tender when it's ready. So if you get 2 forks and you just pull it apart gently, the meat should fall apart. And if your meat isn't falling apart, then it's probably not cooked enough and those connective tissues haven't melted yet, so continue to cook it a little bit longer. Okay guys, here is my version of a Mississippi pork roast. And you will know the roast is done when you can easily shred it with 2 forks. The next thing you're going to want to do is just to shred the entire pork roast, and if there's any chunks of fat or grizzly pieces, then you can just take those out and discard those. And what you're left with is this tender and juicy pork roast. Okay, and this is what will be left over after you take your roast out, and you just want to reserve some of these drippings. You can go ahead and discard the pepperoncinis and any chunks that you find in there, but we want to pour some of the broth on this after we have shredded the pork. So now I'm just going to pour this on the pork roast, and we want to add enough so that there's just a little bit of standing juice in the bottom of the pan. And I think this can probably take a little bit more. You want to give this roast as much flavoring back into it as possible. Okay, add just a little bit more of that juice. And now just mix it up lightly so that it has a chance to soak up any of those juices that it can. All right, here is my version of Mississippi pork roast. This pork roast recipe is flavorful and tender and juicy and perfect to make sandwiches, mini sliders, roll up in a taco, or even just with a side salad. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Carefree Kitchen. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and let me know if you make one of my recipes. I'd love to see it. Just tag me on social media. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.